ॐ ॐ ॐ सहना भवतु सहनौ भुनक्तु सह वीर्यं करवावहै तेजस्विनावधीतमस्तु मा विद्विषावहै। ॐ शान्ति शान्ति शान्तिः। ॐ गुरुर्ब्रह्मा गुरुर्विष्णुः गुरुर्देवो महेश्वरः गुरु साक्षात् परं ब्रह्म तस्मै श्री गुरवे नमः. Is there anybody recording? Because Jyoti Amma has no Wi-Fi. Are you doing it? Anyone? Are you recording? Hari Om. ఒక రిప్లై ఇస్తే నాకు డౌట్ ఉండదు అన్నట్టు. ఎనీవే డన్. ఫోన్లో రిప్లై అంటే ఆమె మెసేజ్ పెట్టగానే ఐ విల్ డూ అనేస్తే ఓం సచ్చిదానందరూపాయ విశ్వోత్పత్యాదిహేతవే తాపత్రయ వినాశాయ శ్రీకృష్ణాయ వయం నమః. నిగమకల్పతరోర్గళితం ఫలం సుఖముఖాదమృతద్రవ సంయుతం పిబత భాగవతం రసమాలయం ముహురహో రసికా భువి భావుకాః. నారాయణం నమస్కృత్య నరం చైవ నరోత్తమం దేవీం సరస్వతీం వ్యాసం తతో జయముదీరయేత్. ఓం నమో భగవతే వాసుదేవాయ. ఓం యోऽन्तः ప్రవిశ్య మమ వాచమిమాం ప్రసుప్తాం సంజీవయత్యఖిల శక్తిధరస్వధామ్నా అన్యాన్ష హస్తచరణశ్రవణత్వగాదీన్ ప్రాణాన్ నమో భగవతే పురుషాయ తుభ్యం. సమస్త దేవతాభ్యో ఋషిభ్యో మునిభ్యో గురుభ్యో నమః. శ్రీమద్భాగవత మహాపురాణ ఆచార్యేభ్యో నమః. परब्रह्मणे महाविष्णवे ब्रह्मणे सनकादिमुनिभ्यो नारदाय वेदव्यासाय सुखब्रह्मर्षये सूतमहामुने शौनकादृशिभ्यो अत्र्यादृशिभ्यो प्रह्लादादिभक्तेभ्यो आदित्यादिनवग्रतीर्थाभ्यो मत्स्यादि अवतारेभ्यो नमः. श्री दुर्गा लक्ष्मी सरस्वती स्वरूपिणी श्री आदिपराशक्तिमात्रे नमः. श्री दक्षिणामूर्ति दत्तात्रेय ग्रीवादिगुरुभ्यो नमः. आद्य शंकराचार्यवर्यादिगुरुभ्यो नमः. माता पितृदेवताभ्यो नमः. अस्मद्गुरुभ्यो नमः. 17th chapter. ओम श्री कृष्ण परब्रह्मणे नमः. श्रीमद्भागवत महापुराणम् एकादश स्कंदः. मुक्तिर्हित्वान्यथा रूपं स्वरूपेण व्यवस्थितिः. अथ सप्तदशोऽध्यायः. उद्धव उवाच ओम यस्त्वया विहितः पूर्वं धर्मस्त्वद्भक्तिलक्षणः वर्णाश्रमाचारवतां सर्वेषां द्विपदामपि यथानुष्ठीयमानेन त्वयि भक्तिरनृणां भवेत् स्वधर्मेणारविन्दाक्ष तत्समाख्यातुमर्हसि पुरा किल महाबाहो धर्मं परमकं प्रभो यत्तेन हंसरूपेण ब्रह्मणेभ्यात्थमाधव स इदानीं सुमहता कालेनामित्रकर्षण न प्रायो भवितामर्त्य लोके प्रागनुशासितः वक्ता कर्ता विधानान्यः धर्मस्याच्युतते भुवि सभायामपि वैरिञ्ज्यां यत्र मूर्तिधराः कलाः कर्त्रा वित्रा प्रवक्त्रा च भवता मधुसूदन त्यक्ते महीतले देव विनष्टं कः प्रवक्ष्यते तत्त्वं नः सर्वधर्मज्ञ धर्मस्त्वद्भक्तिलक्षणः यथा यस्य विधीयेत तथा वर्णय मे प्रभो। श्रीशुक उवाच इत्थं स्वभृत्य मुख्येन पृष्टः स भगवान् हरिः प्रीतः क्षेमाय मर्त्यानां धर्मान् आह सनातनान्। श्रीभगवानुवाच धर्म्य एष तव प्रश्नः नैश्रेयसकरो नृणां वर्णाश्रमाचारवतां तम् उद्धव निबोध मे। आदौ कृतयुगे वर्णः नृणां हंस इति स्मृतः कृतकृत्याः प्रजा जात्या तस्मात् कृतयुगं विदुः वेदः प्रणव एवाग्ने धर्मोऽहं वृषरूपधृत उपासते तपोनिष्ठाः हंसं मां मुक्तकिल्बिषाः त्रेतामुखे महाभागा प्राणान् मे हृदयात् त्रयी विद्या प्रादुरभूत्तस्य अहमासं त्रिवृन्मखः विप्रक्षत्रियविशूद्राः मुखबाहुरुपादजाः वैराजात् पुरुषात् जाता य आत्माचारलक्षणाः गृहाश्रमो जघनतः ब्रह्मचर्यं हृदो मम वक्षस्थानाद्वने वासः न्यासः शीर्षणि संस्थितः वर्णानाम् आश्रमाणां च जन्मभूम्यनुसारिणीः आसन् प्रकृतयो नॄणां नीचैर्नीचोत्तमोत्तमो माः शमोदमस्तपःशौचं सन्तोषक्षान्तिरार्जवं मद्भक्तिश्च दया सत्यं ब्रह्म प्रकृतयस्त्विमाः तेजोबलं धृतिः शौर्यं तितिक्षौदार्यमुद्यमः स्थैर्यं ब्रह्मण्यतैश्वर्यं क्षत्रप्रकृतयस्त्विमाः आस्तिक्यं दाननिष्ठा च अदम्भो ब्रह्मसेवनम् अतुष्टिरर्थोपचयैः वैश्यप्रकृतयस्त्विमाः शुश्रूषणं द्विजगवाम देवानां चाप्यमायया तत्र लब्धेन सन्तोषः शूद्रप्रकृतयस्त्विमाः अशौचमनृतं स्तेयं नास्तिक्यं शुष्कविग्रहः कामः क्रोधश्च तर्षश्च स्वभावोऽन्तेव सायिनाम् अहिंसा सत्यमस्तेयम् अकामक्रोधलोभता भूतप्रियहितेहा च धर्मोऽयं सार्ववर्णिकः द्वितीयं प्राप्यानुपूर्व्यात् जन्मोपनयनं द्विजः वसन् गुरुकुले दान्तः ब्रह्माधीत चाहुतः मेखलाजिनदण्डाक्ष ब्रह्मसूत्रकमण्डलून् जटिलो धौतदद्वासः अरक्तपीठाकुशान् ददत स्नानभोजनहोमेषु जपोच्चारे च वाग्यदः न छिन्द्यान्न करोमाणि कक्षोपस्थगतान्यपि रेतो वा नावकीरे जातो ब्रह्मव्रतधरः स्वयम् अवकीर्णेव गाह्याप्सु यथासु स्त्रिपदीं जपेतान् अग्न्यर्काचार्य गोमिप्र गुरुवृद्धसुरान् शुचिः समाहित उपासीत सन्ध्ये च यथवाग्जपन्न आचार्यं मां विजानीयात् नावमन्येत कर्हिचितो न मर्त्यबुद्ध्या सूयेत सर्वदेवमयो गुरुः सायं प्रातरुपानीय भैक्षं तस्मै निवेदयेत् यच्चान्यदप्यनुज्ञातम् उपयुञ्जीत संयतः शुश्रूषमाण आचार्यं सदोपासीत नीचवत यानशय्यासनस्थानैः नातिदूरे कृताञ्जलिः एवं वृत्तो गुरुकुले वसेद्भोगविवर्जितः विद्या समाप्यते यावत् बिभ्रद्व्रतम् अखण्डितम् यदि असौ छन्दसां लोकम् आरोक्ष्यन् ब्रह्मविष्टपम् गुरवे विन्यसेत् देहं स्वाध्यायार्थं बृहद्व्रतः अग्नौ गुरावात्मनि च सर्वभूतेषु मां परम् अपृथग्धीरुपासीत ब्रह्मवर्चस्वी अकल्मषः स्त्रीणां निरीक्षणस्पर्श सल्लापक्षेलनादिकं प्राणिनो मिथुनीभूतानु अग्रहस्तोऽग्रतस्त्यजेद शौचमाचमनं स्नानं सन्ध्योपासनमार्जवं तीर्थसेवा जपोस्पृश्य अभक्ष्या सम्भाष्यवर्जनं सर्वाश्रमप्रयुक्तोऽयं नियमः कुलनन्दन मध्वामः सर्वभूतेषु मनोवाक्काय संयमः एवं बृहद्व्रतधरः ब्राह्मणोऽग्निरिव ज्वलन् मद्भक्तस्तीव्रतपसा दग्धकर्माशयो मलः अथानन्तरमावेक्ष्यन् यथा जिज्ञासितागमः गुरवे दक्षिणां दत्त्वा स्नायाद् गुर्वनुमोदितः गृहं वनं वोपविशेतो प्रव्रजेद्वा द्विजोत्तमः आश्रमादाश्रमं गच्छेत् नान्यथा मत्परश्चरेत् ओम शांति शांति शांति। ओम श्री कृष्ण शरणं मम, श्री भागवत शरणं मम, श्री सद्गुरु शरणं मम, श्री सूत शरणं मम, श्री शुकदेव शरणं मम, श्री व्यास शरणं मम, श्री नारद शरणं मम, श्री कुमार शरणं मम, श्री ब्रह्मा शरणं मम, श्री विष्णु शरणं मम, Sri Parabrahma Sharanam Mama, Sri Krishna Sharanam Mama, Sharanam Mama, Sharanam Mama. Sri Krishna Govinda Hare Murare, He Nath Narayana Vasudeva. Sri Krishna Govinda Hare Murare, He Nath Narayana Vasudeva. Sri Krishna Govinda Hare Murare, Sri Krishna Govinda Hare Murare, Hare Murare, He Nath Narayana Vasudeva. Om Mukam Karoti Vachalam Pangum Langhayate Girim Yatkrupa Tamaham Vande Paramananda Madhavam. Swarge Satye Jagailase Vaikunte Naste Amrasa Adha Vivandu Dadbhagya Mama Munjadarajita. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Om Shri Krishna Parabrahmane Namaha. Srimad Bhagavata Mahapuranam Ekadasha Skandha Muktiritva Anyatha Rupam Swarupena Vyavasthite Hatha Saptadashodhyayah. Om Bhagavad Guru Charana. Let us do salutation. A 1 minute introduction, discussion. One is, there are people who have never attended our satsang or any satsang for that matter. There are some people who came for 1 or 2 classes and went away. Some people continued for some text, 1 or 2. They left. You and I are the only ones who are consistently attending, listening. Now, only one commitment, we will not leave this. And to this, we keep on adding more deeper sadhanas of mananam, chintanam, dhyanam. To this stage which we came, with God's Guru's grace and our own so many sacrifices, from here, let us not go back. Let us have this commitment as strongly as possible. Tomorrow is Republic Day, take it. Then what about the things of world? Only one understanding. Ki, there is no bhoga of the world which you and I have never had. All the bhoga had by all jiva. But in the delusion or confusion, non-thinking, what all jivas are doing is a repetition of only the same. Nothing new. At the cost of this higher and greater. Should we want to go again back? Same old eatings, old sleepings, old entertainments. Then mind is one only. When we involve in them, all this jnanam gained, convictions gained, commitments taken up, everything will go away, wither away. If you are ready that way for that, nobody can stop. But not advisable. We have anyway gone through every bhoga of the world. Let us have the joy of the yoga also of once. The yoga of Indriya Niyantrana, Mano Niyantrana, the yoga of Samadhi, the yoga of being one with the absolute self. And let us compare. If this Anubhava is not so great than that of Vishayas, let us go back to the Vishayas again. But not without tasting it. Let's taste the Aswadana of the Ananya Sharanagati Bhakti. Let us have. And also the Aswadana of the Aham Brahmasmi. Compare, if not good, go back. Because lot of distance we traveled in our evolution to be able to, I'm talking to those who are regular, those who are consistent, because that regularity, consistency is so essential. If that is there, everything comes. Some may be very intelligent, some may be catching the Shastra in one go, but when there is no regularity and sincerity in them, all that goes wasted, is it not? You and I, even if we are not fully deeply able to understand, but we are being regular, that is what the Lord likes and wants. He gives the required that stamina, strength, subtlety, sublimity, with which slowly the conviction of goal path becomes stronger. Then we will be able to really enter into deep sadhanas to our own surprise, to our own joy, which you can't tell others, they will not understand. I have to tell about they or someone only to tell about our fortune. It is in our hands. So they miss their fortunes at different levels. At what level we should miss our fortune? Never. Let this be the commitment. It goes on. The classes will continue on Bhagavata, Ramayana, Upanishad. What else greater than this? You know that Bhagavata itself, when Sutaji was telling Shaunakadi, 1,000 years, Sahasra Savamasata, 1,000 years they committed for this satsanga regularly. Daytime doing Yajnayaga, evening time sitting for the Bhagavata Katha. Early morning, some Vedanta Upanishad. Meaning what? Unless that much time is dedicatedly given, the mind cannot be applied. Unless the mind is applied, the clarity will not come, the impurities will not go, the pure qualities we can't gain, and deeper sadhana we can't. This commitment, when we are healthy, when we are inspired, when we are feeling good, that time we should take this strong commitment, conviction, which helps whenever we feel, yaar bahut bore ho gaya, I want to go, stop the classes. Many stopped, I also will stop. Or I'm not healthy, or I'm very old. So many reasons crop up. That time, what helps is this. Or else, with one sentence to me, Swamiji, I am not coming to class. You can stop. You are not asking, no, you are telling. What can Swamiji do humbly? Okay, he'll only oblige, no? What right do you have? You have done more than what you can, you need to do for me by informing me. Many have left without even informing. But is it talked about for the interest of the Shastra, or is it in the interest of the Lord Guru, or is it interest of the anybody or me? If I am telling you, it is your own interest. That thing when becomes strong in us. Some things we have to have strong in our life as pillars. One of the strong pillar is satsang. Second strong pillar is vichara. Third strong pillar is control of senses, mind, and all. Fourth strong pillar is meditation. These four strong pillars, when we have in them, we can build on that, we can build a beautiful life or building up our own sadhana. Let us see all sadhana values also. Let me experience that ahimsa. Let me experience that satyam. Let me experience that kshama guna. We are talking all these also on various series. The Shakti series, the value series, my contribution series. Why is all done? Not a waste of time. Those values also, and then let us enjoy the calmness of the mind sadhana. Let us enjoy the mind in my control sadhana, where a emotion came, found to be unwanted, I am able to replace it in a moment's notice. Anger came, I became conscious, removed it and replaced it with karuna, compassion and kindness. Dekho, what more achievement than this be? The jealousies I have, just remove it and appreciate the person who has become successful. Only for me, selfishness. Let me experience that joy of giving up this selfishness for the sake of others who are nothing but God Himself. Give time, give love to them, do little service. What a joy is, batao. If not we, who will do that? For us, only nobody can do. So to that Nishtha-yukta upasana. When you chant that mantra and do Abhishekam, when you chant the mantra and do the Ashtottara, when you chant the mantra and do the Arati, let us enjoy the full involvement in that. Isime hum jalo mast hoenge. Never, the moment you look here and there, we should be like Ghoda, improved edition. गधा से घोड़ा कि उसको ना दोनों आंख पट्टी बांधते हैं. You know that आंखों में मतलब ऐसा. So that doesn't see here or there. I told you the reason. Both there will be grass or there will be other horses. Grass is there, it will be tempted to eat. Other horses are there, either it is frightened or a competition or it want to be making friends with that. Result is it will not walk on the path. So too we have to put those things, both sides. Don't look any news. If you give importance to anything, slowly the mind gathers all nonsense. Then this inspiration goes away. This regularity, consistency goes away. Already the powerful Maya is working, and our own prarabdha has led only those to be there, not our own foolishness of intellect, emotions of the mind, attraction of senses, influence of others. They should not distract us from the path, from our regular classes. This is promise, challenge, you do it to yourself. Because I'm experiencing it. You and I are same, on same boat we are traveling. So many times because of a health issue, because of other reasons, I too feel like, enough of this, enough studied, रख दो अभी लोग anyway नहीं आ रहे छोड़ दो. This is a ego's thought. But Gurudev gives thought again. No, no, you have to keep on doing. This is how you are not only exhausting your samskara, you are serving dharma and shastra, but it is giving a clarity to you, and you are consistently in the class because in the study of shastra because you are committed. I can tell ki in my 2.5 hours of class where I am doing 30 sloka, I can study 200 slokas for myself, at least 100, quantitatively. But then, no guarantee because no commitment. I may do one day, I may not do another day, I may give importance to other things. But once I said class, all the things have gone. At least though 30, 40 slokas, every day we are doing in Bhagavatam. Same is with every one of us. I believe this is our real help to ourselves. This understanding, which has to come from within. A facilitation is done. A chance is given for us by talking loudly. Ki, are we any time getting any non-positive thought? At least this group of whoever are there. Keep listening, keep listening, keep listening. Get convinced, get convinced, get convinced. And be with commitment on the path. That's it. Come what may. And at a level we should reach to as soon as possible. As I said it 4 days back, we have given the prarabdha to the Lord. Prarabdham pushyati vapuhu. And we have taken up what Lord wants us to do. Fully we are focused on that. That's what the Bhakta Lakshana, that's what the Jignasu Lakshana, Jnani Lakshana, Sadhaka Lakshana, they should come to us. May we all deserve it and may we all command it because it's all in our hands. And those days which are golden, where no problem of health or anything, no need, no sleep or no indulgence. Let us use it for our yoga sadhana. Yoga is yoking ourselves to the God through any of the bhakti, jnana, ashtanga or karma yoga. Clear? Now let us come to Om Sri Krishna Parabrahmana Saptadashodhyaya. Here in the 17th chapter, Varna, Dharma, Ashrama Dharma are given exhaustively. So this is given because Uddhavji asked Bhagavan Krishna, you told us great bhakti sadhana to reach you. That is for all human beings because that's the goal of every jiva. But in human beings, we have these 4 varieties of varnas and ashrama. Now, what type of life they have to live so that they all become qualified for the ultimate sadhana, bhakti or jnana. Because bhumika to banana hai, and every individual, according to gunas, are in different stages. Those stages, infinite, are brought into 4 categories of 4 varnas. And in those varnas, depending on his age, 4 ashramas. That's how the shloka. Yaha tvaya abhita purvam dharma tvad bhakti lakshana uddhavacham varna ashramacharavatam sarvesham dvipadamapi. For the varna ashramachara people and those who are out of varna ashrama achara, who don't consider them, they are called antevasai. Otherwise, we call them mlecha. We don't consider as belonging to dharma of sanatana. But they are also human beings, they are there, they don't know. So for them also, for these 4 also, same bhakti you taught us. Then, yatha anushtiyamanena tvayi bhakti nunam bhaveta swadharmena. So, yatha swadharmena anushtiyamanena tvayi bhakti nunam bhavet. Arvindaksha tat samakyatum arhasi. This topic is so relevant to you and I. Ki Siddhanta we are studying from so many days about Paramatma Aikya, whether it is Alokya Samipya Sarupya Sarshti Saijya in Bhakti Marga or it is Ekam of the Brahma Tattva. Siddhanta we are studying. But we should also be clear in one thing ki that achievement comes only when we become qualified. Qualification is Shuddhi Antakaranaka and that is possible only following Varnasram, Achar, Dharma. Actually, we should be now less confused than others because we are clear about goal. We stand where we know where we stand, and we also know what varna, what ashrama we belong to, and we are now studying what are the practices to be done. See the kindness of Lord. He made Uddhava to ask questions such a way. First, he taught all the great Jnanam. Now, to practice that Jnanam or Bhakti, I need to be qualified with Antakarana Shuddhi. What life I have to live in the Varna and Ashrama. How wonderful is that connection? Goal is indicated. Now, for qualification, what is to be done? They are indicated. Like, want to become police officer. Goal. Then qualification, you see that your height and weight, everything is normal, physical stamina, everything good, you are good in society, no remarks. Is it not? Yes, sir. तैयारी करोगे तो you are really selected. Once selected, then you are continuously serving. Here also Bhakti Sadhana, Bhakti Siddhi, and Bhakti Seva. Seva to others through Bhakti. Now, then Pura Kila Mahabaho Dharmam Paramakam Prabho Yatena Amsarupena Brahmani Akhyata Madhava. I know you have given this knowledge to Brahma in Amsarupa earlier. But Saidanim Somata Kalena Mitra Karshana Prayo Bhavita Martya Loke Praganushasita. This which was taught by you in this Martya Loka of human beings, slowly people lost sight of it. They are not protected for various reasons. And we explained yesterday, time has such a power to bring us opportunities. Again, the time takes it away also. And human being, as the time passes, becomes more extroverted, then his preoccupations become external more. He forgets all these sublime things. That is why the Lord comes and establishes dharma. Here, the establishment of dharma is only these two. Through Varnashrama-achara Vyavahara, becoming Shuddha Antakarana. Second, with the Shuddha Antakarana, through Guru Pasadanam, through Shravana Manana Ityadi Sadhana, knowing the truth. There are only two dharma to establish which the Lord comes. And those who are trying for it, they are called dharmika. He helps them, protects them. Those who are opposing it, they are called adharmics. He comes to eliminate them. Paritranaya sadhuna. Who is sadhu? Who is practicing the dharma? Vinayasa dushkurta. Who are the ones? Neither they are practicing dharma and they are troubling others who are practicing dharma. So that's how dharma samstapana is done by the Lord. Now today we have a clarity. What is the definition of dharma? Dharma is that by which we become pure in our antakarana. In that case, dharma is equal to varnashrama achara. Second is dharma is that by which we know the truth, that is done by studying Shastra under Guru, doing Mananam, Dhyanam and Anubhuti. These are the two dharma, means to be done duties. For one, to come out of all confusing delusory world of samsara and to enter into experience of liberation. Very spashta. And as we proceed in our sadhana, like now we became calm in mind little bit. Now we understand now. A few years back, how because of extreme attachments we were disturbing our own minds, extreme insistences we were disturbing. At that time, it was not understood. As we have grown now, we are understanding that we, in our own misunderstanding, made ourselves confused and problematic. So, to the entire Vyavahara also, not so important as we think now when we proceed further in Adhyatmikata. It appears to be absolutely redundant only. From that standpoint only, the Karikakara was talking to us about this Ajatavada. He says, in the experience of Parabrahma infinite, what is the need of creation? You do anything to be happy, is it not? You are already be happy, the bliss, you are infinite bliss, you are. There are not even, there's no thought even of this Srishti also. That much is the height he is speaking the Mandukya to us in the morning classes. That is ultimate. But much before that, all these struggles, worries, anxieties for artha and kama, not only these two, even dharma also is understood to be not required at one level. What is dharma? I am paramadharma, I am swadharma, I am atmadharma. In the Atma, there is nobody other than me to love, nobody other than to be say, सब भी prepare करते हैं, which are required the earlier stage. I'm just hinting at as we proceed higher and higher, the lower ones will be understood to be not so important. And it was true. And we gave importance, therefore, not only we missed the higher, but we were also bound by the problems in the lower. This we will not understand now. Only when we go further, we will understand. So we explained what is dharma, spashta roop se as asked by Uddhavaji to Bhagavan Krishna. Then the most beautiful thought is this: Vakta, Karta, Avita. The speaker and the one demonstrator and the protector of this dharma is Narayana himself. The first speaker is he, and anybody speaking his dharma is Narayana Amsha only in him. So too, the first he is the one who practiced. Anybody practicing is Narayana Amsha only. And first he is the one who protected as Avatara, and whoever is protecting, it is Narayana only. Let us be very clear about it. And we have to respect that Narayana whenever he is putting us on the right path of dharma by obliging and practicing it. Is it not? And depend on him means pray to him. When you pray, he answers, and that you have to use it. We might have prayed sometime, he let us listen to the Shastras of Upanishad, Gita, Bhagavad. That is answered. Otherwise, in the 700 crore people, 10 लोग सुन रहे, किसको है मौका इतना रेगुलर सुनने का बताओ? You are like Saptarishi only, all those who are listening regularly. It is a prayer answered only, then should we not use it? So, what is the point is what? Most important is while studying Shastra, knowing golden means, practicing it while doing Dharma, all in all know that the initiator, the protector is Narayana, Bhagavan. Therefore, never give up seeking his blessings, protection. One part of the mind should always be yoked to him, tuned to him in prayer to protect us in our own Swadharma, to protect us in our own Paramadharma. Oh Lord, oh Guru, please see that I don't fall from this. I don't go back from this. Let all weaknesses from me go away. Let all strengths required be come to me. You are the one who can do. That pleading Uddhava is our own representative. He wants to achieve, like every one of us. But then so many pulls inside. And how to do? When he is blessing us. Some special, beautiful power will be there in Guru and Paramatma's blessing. When we invoke them, we will be able to conquer our lower mind, lower thinking, lower decisions of adharma. So, Uddhava, you are the one Vakta, you are the Karta, you are the Avita. You are the giver, you are the practitioner, you yourself are the protector. So, in this way, Sabhayami Vairincham Yatra Murtara Kalaha. Even Brahmadeva, Brahmaloka also, Brahma is talking about Brahma Dharma. The Vakta in Brahma is Narayana. If the sadhakas in Loka, Brahmaloka are doing the Atma Dhyana sadhana, Karta, that is Narayana's Anugraha only. And while they are doing it, their minds are never distracted. It's only focused on the goal. Avita Narayana hi kar rahe. Bhagavan hi kar rahe. No, so this is so important point. After some time, when we establish in the path and sadhana, we forget the Lord. Then slowly, when the Lord is forgotten, ego comes. Ego wants to take chances. Ego wants to experiment. Never it allowed. We should never allow. How much our Advaita Brahma Jnana you are talking, and Tadeva Brahmatvam Vidhi Nedamedo Upasate, all are absolutely true when you are in deep contemplation meditation. But to enter into those meditation heights and also to get benefit there, the blessing of the Lord, if they are not there, we can't. They were हमेशा उनको साथ में रखना ही है. We, the Advaitin, who totally deny the Saguna Paramatma, still we depend on him for getting us this path clear, for clearing all the obstacles. Ishvara Anugraha Deva Pumsam Advaita Vasana. What are you talking now? For a human being, the Advaita desire comes because Ishvara Anugraha. There's a contradiction. Vedanta doesn't contradict Ishvara. Siddhanta wise, in the absolute, Ekam Satitpra Bhavadavadanti or Brahma Eva Asita, from that standpoint, we study Shastra, and that is definitely our goal. So, to push us in the path, we need Ishvara's Krupa. To make us strongly and quickly walk on the path, we need His blessing. To push us into experience only, also we. After experiencing, also again we pray. Like you see in the end of Mandukya, from tomorrow we'll chant, 26 January, the last 2-3 mantras in which Bhagavan Shankara does salutation to Gaudapada as well as Parabrahma. After entire Alata Shanti and this Prakarana of Alata Shanti, in which Ajatavada is established, toward the end he says, again, the Paramaguru who taught me this, to me my salutation, Shankara says. Hope you are catching it. Let Narayana be remembered who has initiated us into this path of Dharma. Let Narayana be invoked continuously so that we do in a better manner day by day. Till the last experience, let Narayana be with us, Bhagavan be with us, our Ishta Devata be with us. That's what Uddhavaji's purpose of saying so. You are the Vakta Karta Avita. Even in Brahmaloka. Nobody other than you, even in Brahmaloka, means through Brahma you only are speaking. Through everybody, you alone are speaking. In all religions, whoever are talking about the Vyavaharika, Varna Dharma, Ashrama Dharma, and Paramarthika Adhyat Dharma, whoever is talking, Narayana is one. Next term, Kartra Vitra Pravakta Bhavatama Sudana Tyakte Mahitale Deva Vinashtam Kaha Pravakshat. So, who will speak when you leave this world and go about this Dharma? Who will demonstrate? Therefore, we need you. We want you to explain. So, by this, what Lord is doing by answering his question, he will be saying as if he in future some acharyas will come who will speak on this dharma on the basis of Bhagavata in which I spoke these dharmas. So they become my medium. So your question is answered. Who will talk on that? The acharyas will talk. Who will practice? The acharyas will practice. Therefore, this most beautiful Varnashrama Dharma, which is a qualification to again do the ultimate Dharma of the Bhakti, they continuously sustain. See, the Prashna Karta's Prashna. And in that the beauty, who will be there? So he says, you are the one. To how many people Uddhavji might have taught all these things? We'll study at the end of this Bhagavatam. In the Mahatmya of the Skanda Purana, Padma Purana is earlier Mahatmya, end with Skanda. We will see Uddhava only will teach the Maha Bhakti and Jnanam to the all remaining wives of Krishna who are left behind. Uddhava only will teach again to the Vajranava also. Krishna's great grandson. Krishna, Pradyumna, Aniruddha, Aniruddha's putra. Vajranava ko Uddhavji सिखाएंगे. So he himself is Bhagavatottama. That he got from here. He himself asked, he got directly from knowledge, from the Lord. Why we are analyzing it so much? Only to feel the kindness of the Guru Parampara, Bhakta Parampara of Bhagata, that not only for themselves, for us also, they asked question, they got the answer. And also feel grateful to those who maintained this parampara and brought this knowledge to us. With these two gratitudes, we should feel committed now that let us make best use of it for ourselves and pass it on to next generation. And I tell you, all of you in your life, next life, will be Bhagavatakara, Ramayanakara, Upanishatkara. No Ahankara, no Mamakara. That we are taking away this life only. In Telugu, Kara means spice. So all Kara gone, spice gone, no acidity, either physical or mental. Interesting. Bhagavan is preparing us for his work. I can foresee all of you in next life. First 10 years only you are studying all the Vedangas, all the Sanskrit Ityadi. In the next 10 years you have mastered all the Shruti Smriti Purana Itihasa. In the entire life, while living your own sadhana, realizing you are teaching everybody. I can see. Any objection? How you know? I thought next life I should become UNO Chief Executive. ऐसा है क्या? ऐसे कोई विचार है क्या आपको? आई वांट टू बिकम जंगल की मून. इज ए बन की मून. मैं बनूंगा सिटी का मून. ऐसा कुछ है क्या? नहीं होना चाहिए. Then we will disappoint the God only. Come to the point. Then, if you leave and go, who will teach? Therefore, tattvam naha sarva dharmagnya dharmahatvat bhakti lakshanaha yatha yasya vidhiyeta tatha varnaya me prabho. A sarva dharmagnya, knower of all dharmas. Only two dharmas are there. One is paramarthika dharma. Second is that which prepares for paramarthika dharma called as varnashrama dharma. And in varnashrama dharma only, all dharmas you can include. So, sarva dharmagnya. Dharma tad bhakti lakshana. The ultimate dharma of bhakti towards you, yatha yasya vidhiyata tatha varname prabho. So to whom the vidhi is what? Please explain to us. Which vidhi of qualification for the category of varnashrama people for your ultimate bhakti sadhana? And now you see, as I said, Uddhava asked, Krishna told. Then again, this is spoken by Shukadevji to Parikshitji. Then this is spoken by Suta Mahamuni Shaunakadi Rishi. And all this is composed by Bhagavan Vedavyasji. And Vedavyasa has blessed and gave it to his own subsequent generation. And they went on giving it to us. क्या systematic process है देखो, means how preciously they have protected this jnana bhaga of the Upanishads and these Vedanta granthas and Purana Itihasa till it comes to us and further knowing the greatness of it, because this is only solving and saving knowledge. हम सबके समस्याओं को सॉल्व करके हमें सेव करने वाला एकमात्र चीज है ज्ञान. एंड ऑल दीज आर ज्ञान घन, ज्ञान घनी, ज्ञान भंगार, ज्ञान भंडार. These are all the treasures of the Jnana, the Shastras, etc. Now Bhagavan starts. Before that, Sri Shukavacha, Sukadev ji ka kindness you see. He sees the relation between Krishna and Uddhava. Ittam swabhrutya mukhyena prashtaha. The Lord who was being asked by personally his own bhrutya. Swabhrutya mukhyena. Swabhrutya mukhyena. The most important of his bhrutyas asked. And as we said yesterday, when the Mukhya Bhrutya asks, he will not ask the secondary, third level of question. And to his Mukhya Bhrutya, when Bhagavan gives the answer, he'll give the best only. Like Guru has so many Shishya, but there are one or two who are so tuned to him. To them, though, he gives so much of love, so much of concern, so much. That is the relation. That's a beauty. Everywhere it is there. Although Samata Drushti is inevitable, but when it comes to practically, otherwise there will be no meaning for that disciples, that type of commitment. He should be saved, helped with extra concern by the Guru. He does it. So Uddhav, when he is a Swabhrutya Mukhya, then to him what God gives is the best only. That's how this portion will be a best thing for our understanding and sadhana. If you have already started, very good. If not, now this becomes again a beginning, a chance to restart ourselves, initiate ourselves. Knowing Varna, Ashrama, Dharma, and embark on that path. While doing them, other part of our life is consistently in the practice of Bhakti. Varna, Ashrama, Dharma purifies us. With that purity, when you do the Bhakti, we grow in the depth of Bhakti. When we go deep in our Bhakti, we long for more deeper, higher Bhakti. And for that, we need qualification. For that, we will do our Varnashrama Dharma more deeply. Thus, Varnashrama Dharma doing necessity will end when the Vasanas end, where we become totally, deeply devotee by nature, from within. At that time, nothing but the service to God, devotion to God. All the Mahabhaktas of all states in our nation, all those 14th, 15th century, especially 13th to 16th century, all belong to this category. Even then later on, जिनको मैं जानता हूँ कह रहे, बहुत सारे हैं, अभी भी हैं, बाद में भी आएंगे. But mainly those. Okay. Now, Sri Bhagavan Uvacha. No, Pritaha. See, Ittam Swabhrutya Mukhyena Prashtaha Sa Bhagavan Hari Pritaha. Extremely happy. Then Kshemaya Martyanam. For the welfare of all beings. So, Dharmana Sanatanan. He spoke those eternal dharmas. Always they were there. He renewed them through his speech. In fact, he divinized them because they came from his mouth. In fact, they got sanctioned. They are re-stamped. Remade. Same thing, but remade. Beautiful. They are Sanatana Dharma. They are there in the universe eternally. The time keeps on going, that creation comes and goes, and the jivas come. Those jivas who are serious, they seek what to be done for the being better. Then they are taught the Varnashrama Dharma. After fulfilling them, he enters into Bhagavata Dharma. He gets liberated. Then another. Keep on. Among them, we are few jivas. Shri Bhagavanu Vacha. What Bhagavan's kindness? Let's say, Dharmya Esha Tava Prashnaha. First of all, he says, your prashna is Dharmya. Dharmad Anapetam. Means, your asking is absolutely dharmic, and the question you asked also is about Dharma. In fact, this is the best thing to be asked. Dharmya Esha Tava Prashnaha. You have done it good. If you had not asked me this question, I would have felt bad. Ki you didn't ask this. Because you being my Mukhya Bhrutya, I expect from you that maturity. That you ask how to become qualified for your Bhakti sadhana, which you told. You told we tried to sit and do that meditation of seeing you in that cave of the heart, in that lotus, etc. अपन को कुछ नहीं दिखा. We all have committed 1 जनवरी से या 15 जनवरी से करेंगे करके कहाँ दिन तो जनों का वर्री बढ़ रहा है, लेकिन जनवरी होया खत्म होया. We have never started. Those who have started, डेप्थ नहीं हुआ. So then Buddha must be saying कि मैंने कोशिश की बट नहीं हुआ, तो कुछ और करना पड़ेगा इसको तैयारी करने के लिए. So वो बताओ. That's how your question is dharmyah tanapetam. Then naishreyasa karon runam. Not only is dharmya best of the question, but it is giving a nishreyas to all the beings, of course through parampara. What is the parampara? First through this varnashrama dharma purify, then through guru padesha anugraha experience the nishreyas. Means it is very interesting. When we study Vedanta, na karmana na prajadene tyagene ki amtamanaso, in Vedanta parabrahma there is no thing, even sarvadharan parityaja you have to do. But that is ultimate. But from the standpoint where we now, listen these two things. If varnashrama achara is done, you are assured of nishreyasa. Just like if they are not done, we are never assured of nishreya. Even though we have intellectual knowledge, even when we try for dhyana adi sadhana, oh hoga nahi. That is why Bhagavan, though he keeps that as goal, he says that if you practice this the varnashrama dharma, nishreyasa is in your own hand. You will not escape that goal, he says. Because the base, it gives antakarana shuddhi. And do it for the shuddhi of antakarana and feel that shuddhi. Where there are no asanas, no ragadvesha, no worldliness, no importance to anything other than the prema to the Lord, bhakti to the Lord, upasana to the Lord, seva to the Lord, samarpana to the Lord, smarana to the Lord. Other than that, our kuch nahi. It's called antakarana shuddhi. Nishreyasa kara keh rahe ho. This is in Gita, Shreyan Swadharmo Vigunaha Paradharma Swanushtita Swadharme Nidhanam Shreya Paradharmo Bhayavaha. That is the third chapter. Concludes then Arjuna asks question. Kena prayuktoyam papam charati. Hope you are in the context, trying to understand the importance of the question and answer and topic in together. In total, Bhagavan himself says, you have asked question dharmyam and nishreyasa karam. Then he says, varnashrama acharavatam. Especially those who should follow varnashrama achara. Tam uddhava nimodame. Those things you listen from me now. Yesterday we spoke, but we have added many things today. Now, adau krutayuge varnaha nrunam hamsaite smruta. In Krita Yuga, in the beginning of the Kalpa, पहला वाला Krita Yuga में जो है, in every time when the Krita Yuga comes, Varna is Hamsaha. So yesterday we explained yesterday, so we need not go more details into that. Krita Krutyaha Praja Jatya Tasmat Krita Yugam Viduhu. By Janma only all are Krita Krutya. That's why it's called a Krita Krutya Yuga. Therefore, for them, not much Varnashrama Achara required. Then what were they used to do? Vedaha Prana Eva Agre. They had Veda alone is Pranava. Pranava alone is Veda for them. Through Pranava, Upasana only, they reach the height of the Veda called as Aham Brahmasmi. And what dharmas they have when they don't have Varnasrama, division, etc. Dharmoham Vrishabha Rupa Drukta. Only the Vrishabha Rupa Dharma for them. They will only like Vrishabha, bull like consistently, and like the bull they are contented. That much Vrishabha was the dharma for them. I was there in the form of Vrishabha, watching me, they're all Varna Ashrama were over. Like the bike, it goes to the खेत जोत कर आ जाता है, गाड़ी को खींचता है, बस बैठ गया अपने घास खाकर. These all beings at that time have no Varna Ashrama decisions not required there. Gunas were so Shuddha. Therefore, in the Vyavahara, what is required they do. After that, sit. While serving, Vrishabha. While meditating, Rishabha. Everyone were there. They need not be taught anything. They are so clear about it. जीना है तो ये सब करना है, कर देना. और जीना है इसलिए ये करना. खत्म. Puranama is all Veda for them. That's how it was. Okay. Then comes the Treta Yuga, 13th shloka onwards, 12th shloka onwards, we start seeing the Treta Yuga and Dwapara and all he keeps saying to us. Treta Mukhe Mahabhaga Hey Mahabhaga, in the beginning of Treta, end of the Kruta Yuga, then Pranat me Hrudayat, from my own Hrudaya, from my own Prana, Trividya Pradurabhuto, the Trividya came out. What is the Trividya? The three Vedas of Rug, Yajur and Samaha, they came out of my Mukha. In the beginning of Treta, end of the Kruta. Kruta Yuga, Omkara itself has all the essence of Veda. People used to do only Omkara Upasana. Through that only they reach Brahma. Their life was like Rishabha. Treta Mukhe, Mahabhaga Prana Atme Hrudayat Trividya Pradurabhut. Trividya is all these three. Rugyajasama Vedas. Abhut Tasya Ahamasam Trivrut Makha. And from that, only from me only, Tasyaha Aham Asam Trivrut Makha. To sustain, establish those Vedas explained, Trividya, Yajna, Agadi, I only came as in the three forms. The three forms are Hota, Adhvaryu, Udgata, they are called. These three are the ones who, under the presidency of the Brahma, they conduct the Yajna. So, Tretayam Bahuda Santatani Tanyacharata Satyakamaha Yeshopanta Sukrutasya Loke. These are all mantras we studied. Then also Trinagachiketas Trayametad Viditva or Ashtadashoktamavaram Yeshu Karma. These are all. So, Veda, which Veda came? All, but predominance was of the Karma Kanda Ityadi. And for doing the Yajna to get the Lord's blessing, for getting this and that, you need these three main people to supervise. I only expressed as Hota, Adhvaryu, Udgata. Hota, offerer. Udgata, the chanter. Adhvaryu, supervisor. Brahma, Adhishtanam, managing all the three. These four together, along with the Yajamana and so many Rutviks, they do the Yajna. So that means what? Omkara Dhyanam, knowing truth was Kruta Yuga. Treta, I say, people have become predominantly Yajna doing people. Through studying Vedas, which are expressed by the Lord Himself. Because by that time came. Remember, among all four Yuga, Kali Yuga is very small. Dwapara is double than this. Treta is triple. Satya Yuga is 4 times bigger than this. From the Satya, when Treta came, long time happened toward the end of it. Toward the end of it, that you like toward the end of every day, the minds change. Every month, the minds change. Every year, the minds changes. If you are very keen as a Sakshi, observe what happening at every decade, every century, you can observe the modifications that are happening. Of course, why they are happening, what we have to understand, and how we have to involve. Are we a part of that? Should we contribute for its development? Should we be concerned about it? Should we take the entire millennia into our mind's account and then work for the total millennia time and for the entire jivas? If that's the case, how to do? These are all again you can't discuss. We can't discuss. Only the higher level of gurus who are in the Sukshma Loka, they discuss and plan on make that strategy. अपने लेवल में अपना उद्धार का सोचना है. Slowly as we evolve, we become qualified to be called into that realm to serve the total. That will happen slowly. First, let us come out of our own personal. So we can observe as the time is passing, times are changing. So too, the Krita se Treta Atai, minds have changed. They need so many things to enjoy. So I came as Vedas through Karma Kanda, they used to get it. And to do the Veda, Hota Dvarya Udgata, I only came. Means he only expressed as them and it continued. Therefore, wherever Yajna is happening, that is expression of God. And wherever the Hota, Adhvarya, Udgata are making the Yajna happen, that is expression of God only. Even now it's going on. So many places. This much first we understand. Then Vidya, Trayi Vidya Pradrabhut, Tasyaha Ahamasam Trivrut Makaha. I became the 3 types of Yagnikas in that to perform the Yajnas as there are there in the Veda. Then from there only, Viprakshatriya Vitshudraha, the 4 Varnas slowly came out. From where? Mukha Bahu Uru Pada Jaha Vairaja Purushat. From the Virat Purushas, Mukha, Bahu, Uru and Pada. From the Mukha, the Brahmana, from the Bahu, the Kshatriya, from the Uru, Vaishya, then from the Pada, Shudra. These Varnas came. Vairajat Purushat Jataha. Ya Atma Achara Lakshanaha. Those who, according to their own Navarna Ashrama, they have their own acharas to be performed, about which I will tell. Now here also, Gruhashramaha Jagannataha. 4 Varnas are told. Brahmana, Kshatriya, Vaishya, Shudra. Brahmana came from what? Mukha. Brahmanosya Mukhamasid Bahu Rajanya Krutaha Uru Tadasya Dvaishaha Padvyagam Shudro Ajayata Purusha Sukta. So the Varnas 4 came from the head, the hands, the Uru and the feet of the god. What about the ashrama? From where the ashramas came of the Lord? He says Gruhashramaha Jagannataha. The Jagana Bhaga, the waste, not W-A-S-T-E, W-A-I-S-T, waste. Is it not? From there came Gruhashramaha. Brahmacharyam Hrudo Mama. From the heart of the Lord came the Brahmacharya Ashrama. Vakshasthanad Vane Vasaha. From the Vakshasthana, the Vanavasa came. What about Sannyasa? Sannyasa Shirshani Samstita. तो शिरो भाग से संन्यास आया है, हृदय भाग से ब्रह्मचर्य आया है, वक्ष स्थान से this Vanaprastha ashram, then the Jagana Bhaga, then came the Grahastha ashram. From the Lord it expressed, from the Virat Purusha. So Virat Purushas, from the mouth, then the hands, from the Uru and the feet, the Varnas came. From the head, chest, then heart, as well as Jagana Bhaga, the ashramas came. Then those ashrama concepts or principles which came are induced into the jivas who are of those gunas in sattva, rajas, tamas. Now here it is little mystical. Right now we will not talk about it. It may take a decade for us to know. Even in the expression of Varna and Ashrama, that rules he only gave, but the actual aspect itself he himself is expressing as them. ब्रह्मचारी ऐसा होना है, ये सारे लक्षण उन्होंने नहीं दिया, बट ये जो देने की बात है उन्हीं के मुख से निकला, उन्हीं से ही निकला है. From his own Virat Rupa it came. The ashramas came, and those ashramas entered into those jivas who are in those gunas. The Shuddha Sattva Guna, the Brahmanatva which came from the mouth of the Lord, entered into them. Rajas with Sattva dominance and Tamas, into them the Kshatra Guna which came from the hands, it entered. Rajas with Sattva. Kshatriya is Rajas, but with Sattva because he is in the interest of the world. He takes some rest and bhoga, that also Tamoguna. Then Rajas with Tamas Jada is Sattva less. Those jivas who are there, into them, from the Uru, that Vaishya which came, Guna, it entered into them. That's why the Vaishya, they are called Rajoguna hai unke andar, they do Vyapara, but Tamas is there, that Pahla Amara profit. Sattva, they don't do maafi to anybody, their rent, their interest or anything. Sometimes they do. That's why Sattva Guna is less. Tamas is first. Second, Rajas is there in them. What is the fourth category? Tamas only is there. Only for the sake of survival, they enter into Rajas. Sattva to bahut kami hai. Into them, the fourth of the Varna called Shudratva, which came entered. That way you can feel. Varnas. So, ashramas also, Gruhashrama Jaganataha, Brahmacharyam Hrudayaha, Vakshasthanad Vanevasaha, then Nyasa Shirshani Samstitaha. Okay? From where, which part of the Lord, which Varna came, which ashrama came, should be remembered by us. From the Virat Purusha only they all came. Now Virat Purusha is accepted fact because we are seeing the Vishwas, there must be Virat Purusha also. The total Stula. The ability to conceive and accept the presence of one total Stula Sukshma Karana Shariras called as Virat Purusha, Hiranyagarbha, and Ishvara is also a maturity. This we time and again speak in our other different Shastras. We should listen and catch them. As we have in the Pindanda, so too in the Brahmanda. As there is a Vyashti, there is Samishti also. In Upanishads, when we studied that, Mandukya, when Vishwa's topic is coming, why Vaishwanara came? He says Vaishwanara alone is expressing as Vishwa. Vishwa cannot be independent of Vaishwanara. So too the Taisa cannot be independent of Prajna, that Hiranyagarbha. Prajna cannot be independent of Ishvara. Always it is there. These concepts don't help us now, but as we become deeper in our meditation, we will be lifted from individuality and taken into totality. We look at individuals, do vyavahara, but we know totality alone is important. ये स्थिति बाद में आएगी. Now having said so, is now starting the varna varnana. Varnashramanam cha, varnanam ashramanam cha. Varna and ashrama को जन्म भूमि अनुसारिणी. This is not Telugu, Telangana, Janma Bhumi, Andhra wala. Janma Bhumi. Bhumi means antakarana, Bhumika. Depending on those jivas born with what type of bhumika of their antakarana. According to that, anusarini, asan prakrutehan runam. They have the natures. According to the gunas in them, they have prakriti. Asan prakrutehan runam, nichaihi nicha uttama uttamoha tamaha. So nichaihi nicha uttama uttamottamaha. So nicha, the shudra, thoda upar aa jao, नीच के little better uttama, then maha uttama uttamottam. That nichata is not, don't take it negatively. That's the antakarana. See, when the antakarana is tamaguna, it means we are not mature. There is nothing wrong to see it. Only you improve it. Now, chot lagi. What's sin in that? You have to gayo ko bharna hai. Bukhar ho gaya. What is the papa in that? In the same way, we have a tamoguna too much. What is there to be worried? Nothing. You improve, that's all, from tamas to rajas to sattva. कभी भी ये इमोशन नहीं लाना. Emotionally, Shastras tell in which they try to devalue the lower gunas, etc., only to help us to gather the higher guna. हृदय में कभी इमोशनल फीलिंग ऑफ बैडनेस नहीं आना चाहिए. Like my बुखार हूँ, what is to be bad about it? You put effort and become healthy. Physical बुखार जैसा होता है, so psychologically I recognize I have my tamoguna. So let me come out of it through rajas, rajaguna. Let me come out of it sattva guna. Sattva is there. Let me use it for the Lord and rise above even sattva. So when I came, as I told you 2 months back, remember, anything of Vedanta you have to understand, you think about yourself. Then you will understand. Don't think about others. Like now I tell from my stand, I am born. When I am born, I have my own gunas with which I am born. According to that, I have my own prakriti. Depending on my guna and my prakriti, the varna ashrama dharmas are given to me for me to evolve from this guna prakriti to the higher guna and higher prakriti. So to for you all, but to everyone. Here that's what he says from the shloka 16 onwards. What are the dharmas? Therefore, that of Brahmana, Kshatriya, Vaishya, Shudra. That becomes the first explanation. Not very exhaustive. We see, because so many times otherwise we studied. 90% almost what is said in Gita, Bhagavan says here also. So, luckily we have already said 7-8 minutes back, ki Brahmana is he who has got Shuddha Sattva Guna Pradhanata. Very less rajas for him when he performs yajna agadi. He is not supposed to have tamas at all except for some rest. Such Sattva-guni Brahmana. What are his dharma? Means what? When that guna is there, what way he has to live life so that he doesn't fall down, and that Sattva guna is used through the practice of these dharmas for his evolution for the society. धर्म वो चीज है जो करने से मैं गिरूंगा नहीं. धर्म वो चीज है जो करने से मैं ऊपर उठूंगा. धर्म वो है जो करने से मैं सोसाइटी को प्रॉपरली मेरा कंट्रीब्यूशन करूंगा. Stopping from falling, helping us to rise, and making us contribute to the contemporary world. They are called as dharma. That depends on your own antakarana. So, the Brahmana who has got this type of antakarana guna, sattva pradhanata. These are their duties. If they do that, the brahmanatva is fulfilled in helping others, in evolving himself. If not done, he will come lower down. He will go back into from the sattva guna into rajas tamas. In these lives, Brahmana, if he is not studying this and practicing, he will become Shudra in next life. And this life, Shudra, when he is doing all the Brahmana Lakshana Guna, he will be born as Brahmana. We all don't imagine the same way we'll have life. It can be 100 times better also, worse also, depending on what gunas and vasanas are carrying and going. And also Prarabdha of Sanchita. Now let us see. First one, Brahmana Lakshana. Brahmana Dharma, not Lakshana. Dharma. Shamodamastapashaucham santoshah kshantirarjavam madbhaktischa daya sadyam brahma prakruteyah tu imaha. These are the prakritis, these are the gunas, these are the dharmas of the Brahmana. Same Gita. Shamodamastapashaucham kshantirarjam evacha jnanam vijnanam astikyam brahma karma svabhavajam. There jnanam vijnanam astikyam, here madbhaktischa daya satyam brahma prakruteyah tu imaha. So first is Shamaha. Always the mana should be in his own control. ये ब्राह्मण का धर्म है. He cannot be tempted by anything. He cannot be having so many vasanas for him to be expressed. Shamaha. Even if they are there, he should have the control on the mind. World is same for all. Senses are same for all. But Brahmana, because of his sattva guna, though the temptations are there, senses want them, he says no. That control of the senses and world through controlling the mind is called Shamaha. Then Damaha. Dama is Indriya Nigraha. Then Tapaha. Working hard in early morning, getting up, doing Veda, Dhyanam. Tapaha. He should do the tapana for serving the world, also tapana for knowing the Lord. Tapasya Brahmana ka Lakshana. Going through all hardships and difficulties. That is why Brahmana should not take anything from anyone more than required. They should go through tapasik jivan. Someone may tell you, okay, I'll give you a huge building. No, I want small house sufficient for me to alive. वो उतना दे दो मुझे काफी है, उससे ज्यादा. Tapasya. Tapaha is what? Taking the hardships or difficulties so that we are mastering our own faculties. Shamo, Damaha, Tapaha. Then comes Shaucham. The Shuchi at every moment. Brahmana or Shaucham, they go together. And the orthodox Brahmanas, if you go, still there are there many, they will be always there. You can see the Shaucham in them. How much purity they have. You understand? There are some Brahmanas who practice such a Shuchi that their right hand never goes below the stomach. Their left hand never comes above the stomach. जिस गात का जैसा काम जो है उतना शौचम दे, take care of everything. Their chappal never enter the room. I am telling few of them. Their puja mandir went down. Their asana puja, 20 years they are using, nobody touched it. So much shuchi they do it. And all the cooking utensils, everything, all places shuchi. Shaucham, purification. Two shuchis are there. किसी का नजर उस पे नहीं पड़ना और एक सिर्फ भगवान के लिए यूज करना. That's called a shuchi. What is the meaning of shuchi? What is the meaning of all the madi achara? My expression is for serving Lord. I cannot pollute it by serving others or touching others. I am for Him. That is why they take bath and wear that silken cloth of achara madi and they sit for puja. That means this is for Lord. That is shuchi. We have to offer to the Lord, that is required. That shows the exclusiveness, Sharnagati, Ananyata. Once that Anushtana is over, then. See, Adi Shankara Bhagavan, he took bath in Ganga. He doesn't want to be touched by anyone. That's why the Chandala came. He said, who are you, move and all that. That was Shuchi was practiced. In our childhood, we have seen our Dadi, after bath, no, she won't touch anything. Seedha into puja room. whatever the place of, we never had 10 rooms, puja room, fighting room and all. Same room for everything. Nothing touching. You by mistake आने जाने में कुछ कपड़ा वपड़ा भी जो ना उन दिनों में सब टांगने वाले नहीं होते थे, सर दरवाजे पे टांगते थे. By mistake the towel touches her, she'll take bath again. That much shaucham they used to, because commitment to God. No, that all shaucham is gone. That is why the corona, Omicron, all nonsense is coming now. The entire sadhana for protecting from corona is shaucham. है ना, हाथ पैर साफ करो, नाक को बांध कर के रखो, किसी को मिलो मत. जरा शौचम ब्राह्मण लक्षण के एक वन एक्सप्लेन करो तो लंबा सब्जेक्ट होगा. फिर शमो दमस तप शौचम संतोष विथ वॉट एवर इज देयर ही शुड बी कंटेंटेड. डिड यू फाइंड दैट कंटेंटमेंट बाय नाउ, my dear audience, wonderful audience, lovely audience? Are you contented? Not only about class I am asking. I am trying to improve myself. You also trying to improve me. Contented with whatever you had in the past. Enough. Contented whatever you have in the present. Future, whatever comes, I am going to be contented. No demand in mind. जो मुझे जरूरत है, जो मुझे मिलना है, जिससे मुझे उन्नति होगी, मेरे प्रभु मुझे देंगे. और जो दे रहे वही दे रहे, उसी में मैं प्रसन्न. Even one thought of desire because of non-contentment should come in our mind. Not even one should come. You know, any desire is non-contentment. How many desires we are asking the Lord? Of the worldliness. Spiritual, though, we have to be no contentment. Keep on increasing your japa, your puja hours, your depths, etc. इसमें नहीं होना है संतोष, इसमें. So santosha. Next one, what? Kshanti. Kshanti is a topic which we studied yesterday or day before. Kshama gunam. Brahmana ka lakshana. Then arjavam. He is straightforward. There is no crookedness in his thought or behavior. Actually, each thought again need to be explained for 10 minutes. I am not sparing that time because we heard this in many other classes. Then Mad Bhaktischa. Brahmana must have doubtless bhakti in the Lord. He is the example for others, guidance for others. Then Daya. He should be compassionate toward every being. Satyam. He can't take shelter of untruth. Then Brahma Prakruyataya Hato Imaha. These are all Prakritis of Brahmana. What are Kshatriya Vaishya Shudra? Then after this being so spoken, he talks about the Dharma of Antevasai. Then he talks about common dharmas for all the Varna. Then he takes up the Ashrama. In that Brahmacharya Ashrama, he explains for 20 shlokas, even around that. Then he goes to Grahastra. Then Vanaprastha and all, he will explain. I think Brahmacharya से Vanaprastha यहाँ बताएंगे, संन्यास बाद में, फिर गृहस्थ लास्ट में, ऐसा कुछ है. I don't know. We will see it. So today we have seen the Brahmana Lakshana, the other three Varna. Tomorrow we'll study. Sarvam Krishna Arpanamastu. At least we are becoming aware of what our Gurus, God expects us to do. What knowledge is there in our Shastra. Thank you. Purnamada Purnamidam Purnat Purnamudachyate Purnasya Purnamada Purnamevavashyate Om Shanti 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 Hari Om Sri Gurubhyo Namaha Sri Krishna Chandra Bhagavan Ki Jai Sadgunath Maharaj Ki Jai. Thank you. Now Hindi में वाल्मीकि जी के रामायण में कुंभकर्ण रावण जो होगा देखते हैं. आ जाओ.